Okay, hi everyone. Let's start our Monday's discussion. So here, so Professor is out of campus. So today's discussion we won't discuss about the reflection of Unit 6. So we will discuss the reflections on next Monday's discussion session. So for today's discussion, I'm going to make a brief introduction about the project A. So that project is the tweet data analysis. So the data materials and the data code and the data introductions are posted to the canvas. So you can go to the canvas files, go to the project materials. You can find all these three new documents there. So one is the project code, one is the introduction, one is the data set. So you can start. So I encourage you to go to the canvas to open the project A tweet data analysis PDF document, so you can follow the slides and to start the project. So let's start. Okay, so here. So this is my slides. So let's start. So for project A, the project A will be released on tomorrow. So but we already posted the materials on Canvas. So for today, you can go there and download the needed materials there. So the due date should be the end of October, the October 31st. So you have 20 days to do that. I don't think this project needed 20 days. I think it needed 4 days to implement it. So you can start the project as soon as you can. And if you have any questions, we can have enough time to help you solve it. So this is an individual project. The project group size is 1, so you cannot work with others. You cannot share any data with others. So that's the individual work. And for when you finish your project, you have to submit a project report and some related materials like HTML file. So all this information are listed on the project introduction. You can go there and view it. So we will post some discussion thread on the Piazza. Every student can go there and share your questions and share your ideas. Please don't share your answers there, because the project is individual. So we don't want anyone share the result there, and so other students don't need to do the project and just copy your answers. It's not allowed. So please don't post any answers on the Piazza. So next, so we for the we already posted these 3 tutorials on the Canvas. So these 3 tutorials can help you to start the project. Like first, generate launch a JetStream image on your JetStream account and add the SSH key on your account, and you can remotely connect to the image on JetStream. And the last thing, so you have to transfer the project code, the project dataset into the image, and you can start to do your project on that image. So make sure you read all these 3 tutorials there, and you already got all this what you have to do before you start your project. So, and we have 2 materials for this project. One is the project code. That's a Java code, and you should download it to your local machine and transfer that code into the remote instance. And the last one is our project dataset. So we posted a training work last week. The training work has 3,000 data user profiles there. So, but now we are going to use 10,000 user profiles. So we are going to use a larger data set for the project A. And our goal for the project. So first, you have to learn how to set up and use a cloud-hosted virtual machine. So the virtual machine is the JetStream. So you are going to use JetStream and going to launch an image there. So that's your virtual machine there. So then we want students to learn how to use MongoDB database. So for the project A, you are going to use MongoDB database to store your data, to hold your data and manage data in that. Also, the last thing is very important. So we want students to learn how to manage the dataset on the MongoDB by using the Java software. And also we want you to produce a specified visualized result. So we will discuss it later in our discussion. But what we want for this project, we want you to learn how to use. So it's your first time to learn how to use Java program to manage the database in MongoDB and how to use that process the dataset in your result. So one question. Oh, no question. Say hi. Okay. So here. So for these 10,000 user profiles, so you can go to the project introduction here. So at the beginning of this document, you can see some details about the project, where you can find the materials, these help tutorials, and here. So the data set. So actually this 10,000 user profile is a part of the data set in this, open data set. So actually there are about 284 million of this relationship. There's followers there. So for the real data set, there are about 3 million user profiles there, but we just select 10,000 from it. So user can reduce their work there and they can save time to do some analysis on the MongoDB. So here, last week we posted the training work. You should know how to set up the image. Please use this project image, i535-435-b69 project image. You can find it in the image list, and please use the tiny image size. I think that image size is large enough for your project. So first, when you start your project, you have to create a project folder in your image. So just check this image there. You can find there. You create a project image. Not project. You create a project folder in the instance. So just follow this command line, mkdir project. So you will create a project folder in the image, and you follow this command to go to the project folder. I think you should be familiar with this normal Linux command line. So if you don't know, you can Google it and try to learn how to use the command line in any Linux system. So let's go to next slides. So about the 10,000 user profiles, it's only, hold on, one question. No, so actually, most of students have launched a project image in his account and use that image to do the training work. So in the training work, we encourage you to create another database and another collection. So if you can go to your project image, you can find that there's a project A database and there's a profile collection there. It means the list environment, settings are already done. We already done that for you. So you don't need to create another image. Just use that image and make sure the project A database, make sure the collection, profile collection is empty. So that's okay. You don't need to create anything. So if you think that you have already used that, database and collection, you can create another image. It won't cost a lot of resources on your account. So here you can see for the 10,000 user profiles, it's only 330 KB. So I think that's a very small database there, data sets there. So don't worry about the large database analysis work. It's very small data sets there. So all these materials are in the Canvas. You can go there and download it. Then we go to next. So you already know how to create your image, how to use how to use JetStream to start your project. And make sure when you when you finish creating your project, when you finish creating your image on JetStream, you have to transfer the project code and 10,000 user profiles into your image. So I think you already know how to transfer files into that image. So if you have any questions about that, you can view the transfer files into instance tutorials there, and just follow the training work we posted last week, and you know how to do that. So here, let's go to our introduction. So when you make your program code on the image, you have to extract the tools from that package. So just follow these lines, this command line, and you will get the documents, the Java program there, and go to this i535 tweet project code folder. So I think the most thing in this project in this introduction, you already know from the training work. So the training work is a simple project, but it doesn't have this, Java program. So there's a mention here. So when you extract the document from this project code, you go to the project code folder, and you have to modify this build.property file. So in your build.property file, this is the last two lines are empty. You have to add this home username project i590 tweet project code, and have to add the slash you use slash being there. So make sure, please use your own username, not this username. Please please use your own username to this string. So for the project, you have to use the V editor to open the build.property file and add at least 2 lines there. It should be i590, not i535. We use the previous project code to do that. So yeah, don't worry about that. So the project code name should be the i590. Sorry about that. So because if we change the name there, we have a lot of work. So professor thinks that we just keep that name and release the project code to the student. So let's go to next. So I have the V editor tutorial up here, so you can go there and find what you should do to do some work. Like you can type insert or add a text and hit ESC button and type column WQ to save and quit. So there are some sample code there. You can follow it and to learn how to use the V editor. So when you finish updating this build.property file, you just just build this project in the directory. So just type the end command line on your terminal. So the project will be built automatically. So yes. So I think these several parts, this beauty, here. You can see, go to the slide, setting up your environment is the preparation for a project. So when you finish these several steps, so you are going to run the project, to do the project. So see, using the tools, running the data pipelines. So here, so that's my next topic. So for the Java program, you don't need to modify anything. You don't need to view anything. So I encourage you to view the code to learn how does this Java program run. But for this Java program, we built 3 JavaScripts for you, not JavaScript. We built the 3 command scripts for you to run the project. So first, if you already done the training work, you will know that the reformat script and the import MongoDB script. So the reformat script is going to convert the data set into another encoding, and the import MongoDB script will help you to insert the 10,000 user profile into the MongoDB. So, here, see, this is the tree, for the tree about what we have for this project, about this project code. So you can go there to view some Java code there, and I think that's a good chance for you to learn how to use Java. But you don't worry about the Java code. You don't need to modify it. You don't need to run it by yourself. See, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Java files there, but you don't need to run this individual Java file. You just need to run the command script to do that, to do the project. So if you got the training work, you will know we use the reformat script to reformat the dataset from ISO 591-1 to UTF-8. So make sure that's very important. If you don't reformat the 10,000 user profile, you cannot load this data into the MongoDB. Also, so here, not this one. So make sure, so in our training work, one question. Yeah, so you have not a kernel name, that's a raw name. So for this project, when you reformat the project, you have to add a headline here at the first line. So like follow this tutorial, you have to add this same 8, not 8. Oh yes, you have to add the same 8 name fields into the first line of the TSV file. Make sure each fields are split by the tabs there. So same thing in our training work. Don't worry about that. You will got the new other things. Just if you got the training work, it means you are ready for the project. So when you finish adding the headline into the project, so you need to import this data, 10,000 user profile data, into the MongoDB. So here is the sample command line. So if you got the training work, you know that's what we want you to do in training work. Just follow the same thing and import the data into the MongoDB. So at this time, at the project A, so you just load a larger data set into MongoDB, not 3,000. It's 10,000 user profiles there. So the last thing you have to do, so that's the last thing, that's the actual work for actual work in the project. So here, query and update the user profile in collection. So that's a very long introduction about why we should do this query, why we should do this update, and what we have to do for this update in MongoDB. So here, so you have to read this introduction clearly about what you should have to do and why you have to do that. So, but on the code base, you just run this command line. Same thing as import MongoDB as reformat.sh script. So just copy paste this command line in your terminal and you can run your project. So make sure just follow this command line. Follow the, for example, command line there. You can do all this stuff. Okay, there's an error here. Okay. Yes. So actually, so we are going to update the geocode, geolocation for these 10,000 users. But the Google API service can accept 2,500 requests every day. So it means you have to run this command line 4 times and in 4 days, and you can update all these 10,000 records there. Yes, yes. So actually, there's a typo here, so I want to update it. Actually, you don't need to run 4 days. In my test, every day you can get 2,007 or 800 requests done. So yeah, just run four times and in 4 days, so that you can finish the project. Yes, so let's go to our input here. See, this is the sample, here is the sample code here. Sample command line. Just import the dataset into the project A database and into the profile collection. The type file, the file type should be TSV, and list the data file. So when you, okay, there's a typo here. Make sure there's no, that's the point, not the comma here. Okay. So here, there's a typo. That's the point, not the other symbol. So you cannot run a loop. Yeah. What? One question? To input the header, I have to. Oh, you don't need to scroll down to the bottom to end it. So you just press the ESC button on your keyboard and type the colon WQ. You don't need to scroll down to end it. Yeah. So let's keep talking about this one. So make sure there's a typo here, that's point. And when you update your 10,000 record in MongoDB, you will got this, this part will added into your document. So this geocode should be the update in your MongoDB dataset. So here is the sample. So before we, some questions about, okay. Okay, so here, so this is our sample here. So first you go to your, you just, here sample, not your real data set. So go to the MongoDB, go to the user project A data set, and find one document in profile collection. Here, this is the one document. You can see that's the first document, first record in the 10,000 data set. So when you update this information, when you run the query and update script on terminal, the list document, this record will be updated. So here, this is the updated document here. You will see the geocode information will be updated into this document. So I just use Mongo shell to update this information. But in your Java program, it will do, the Java program will do it, will update this information for you. So you don't need to update anything there. Just run the Java program, and the Java program will update all this information. So yeah, I think you should read this document clearly and carefully. So in this discussion, I don't think I should introduce these details for you, because that's your project and you have to learn it how to do this project. So the last thing for this project, so when you run this Java program 4 times in 4 days, you will update all this information. You will update these 10,000 records in your MongoDB. So we want you to extract about 50 user profile with their geolocation information and plot the geolocations on a map. So here there are several help links there. So first link is help you how to export the data. So this Mongo export is a very useful tool for you to export entire dataset to TSV or TXV file. So, but in this requirement, you just need to extract about 50 user profiles there. So if you want, you can just use Mongo shell to extract about 50 users and get their geolocation. So, and the second link will teach you how to create a list HTML file and how can teach you how to plot this 50 user geolocation in the map. So just click on this second link and you will got some tutorials about how to build an HTML file and how to plot this user geolocation there. So I have a sample here, so you can view it. So let me find my sample. Oh, here. So here, this is a sample. I just click on this link and get some information. So this link will teach you how to plot the geolocation in the map. So what do you have to do? You have to, so in the introduction, it teaches you have to update this link, update the array to data table field. So here is the sample. So let me go back to our HTML. So this is my sample document. So in your HTML, in your HTML document, you have to update all these fields. Just update these numbers and then update this name. So yeah, when you done this part, you can open this link in here. Let me go to my link. So this is my test HTML file, and when you finish insert this 50 user geolocation on the HTML file, you can plot all these user locations on the map. So hold on, one question. Hold on. So let me finish my topic, and I'm going to help you to solve these issues. So for the project, so what do you have to submit for this project? First, you have to export the portion of your MongoDB datasets in tabs separated value form. The dataset will include only those profiles that you choose to plot. So it means in that exported table, you have to write about 50 user information there, like username, user ID, something. There are 8 fields there, not 8 fields. So when you update the query and update the document in 4 days, in 4 times, so you will update all these documents. Then you have to choose 50 users who has the geocode and export these 50 users into the table and submit for this project. Also, the second thing, so that's HTML file. So you have to plot this 50 user geolocation in the map. So just submit the HTML file. So I just show you a HTML sample. So you just update this 50 users geolocation in that field and submit this HTML file. So the last thing, you have to write a report for the project. So list all sources of help that you consult. So make sure, so if you find any resources that help you to finish the project, just list them on the report and answer these 2 questions. So question 1 is how many locations were you able to validate, and what is the remaining numbers? And give some suggestions for solving these issues. That's why you cannot able to update these documents on the MongoDB. So the last question is the list of ways in which you think this pipeline could be improved. So it means how can you should think about how can you improve the performance of this program, how to increase the performance of the MongoDB analysis. So just follow this introduction, read it very carefully. so you can finish the project in 4 days. If you have any questions, just post on the Piazza. I think most students will can help you to solve it. So let's start to solve the question on the JStream. So first, oh, I should mention some questions about it. So most of the students has questions about access the JetStream, like when you use WinSCP, when you use SSH. So so the JetStream refuses your connection. So first thing you should make sure you copy the correct public key into the JetStream side. JetStream side, because most students copy the part of the SSH key and paste them into the JetStream side. So when you have when you have issue to connect the JetStream, first make sure you copy the correct public key. Then for Windows system, you should make sure when you use WinSCP, you have to load your private key file, and please load the correct private key file into the WinSCP. Still, when you get issue, if you make sure this public key and the private key are correct, so there's still an issue to connect to the JetStream image. So it means there is a networking issue on JetStream side. So you have to stop the instance and restart the instance again to fix this issue. So one question. So some questions I have to connect to use WinSCP in addition to restart the instance. VPN, I don't know why you have to use VPN. I think that's a public link. It don't, maybe there's a limitation on your internet. So that's you have to use VPN to connect it. Yeah. So anyway, if you can successfully connect to the JetStream, there's no question there, even though you have to use a VPN. So any questions? One question. So Java classes, which you should. So you mean in the introduction? So I can go to the introduction and show something. I don't want to show the old Java code there because it takes a lot of work. So here, so there are about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Java files there. So you can, in this introduction, you can find what this class, this Java file will do for this project. So geocode client will return geocoding result from Google. And configure.java will extract the parameter from configuration file. So you don't need to view this configuration file. So MongoDB operation, so it can help you query the data and update data. So other things is about the basic Java stuffs. Yeah, there's no unit test. So I think when you try to review to understand the Java program, you should go to 2 Java files. First is the geocoding client.java, and the last one should be the MongoDB operations.java. I think these 2 Java files are as the core of the project. What do you mean? Create Java code? What do you mean create the Java code? So I don't understand what that mean. No, so we just used the previous project, but I did this project 1 year ago. Okay, so this project is created by my cousin. You see, so I just finished. I mean, I just redo it on my local machine and in 1 years ago. Oh yeah, 1 years ago. That's my independent study work. You don't need to log. You don't need to log into the Google. So it's already built in the program. So the only thing you need to do is just run these 4 scripts, then the project is done. Don't worry about these details. I already tested this project in the JetStream image. So this project is very straightforward. Just run these 4, not 4, 3. I think it's 3. Yes, 3 JavaScripts. Then the project is done. Then you can go to your MongoDB to do some query work. Then extract these 50 user profiles, and with their geolocation, and plot this geolocation in a map. Just to create a HTML file. Yeah. So it's very straightforward. Don't worry about you have to update the code. Don't worry about it. You have to do some programming work. You don't need to do that. But there's a question here. So when you go to the last page of the introduction, you will find give suggestions for solving those that you were not able to resolve. So the deadline should be, hold on. Oh, here. So at the first page, the deadline should be the October 31st. You have 20 days to do that. And this is the midterm project. You have a final project for this semester. So it means you have 2 projects. Project A is the midterm project, and you have project B for your final project. So let's go back to our topic that I see. So that's question here. Yes, so you have to figure it out. So I won't tell you the details about that, but you have to figure it out. So here, so in this question, you can see how many locations will you be able to validate and what is the remaining number. It means there should be something you cannot update. So you have to figure it out, and you have to find a way to solve this issue. There are many ways to solve this issue. So you have to learn it by yourself. So you can update your Java code if you are familiar with Java code. Yeah, you don't have to. You don't if you have you don't have very strong programming skills. You don't need to write any Java program. Just find another way to solve these issues. Why you cannot update these remaining numbers? So when you run four times, you will get some error on your dataset. You have to figure it out. So just read this introduction. Just read this description carefully, and you will know what you have to do. This project is straightforward. We already developed everything for you. You just run it, and you are trying to find what you have to do to solve this issue. Yeah, please read it line by line. If you miss this signal link in the visualization part, so you don't know how to plot the geolocation on a map. So just make sure you read the document carefully. So I think, yeah. So this introduction, it's very clear. So if you have any questions about the transfer files, about anything, so you can go back to the last week work, the training work. I think it can give you a lot of help about how to do the preparation work, set up the environment, transfer files, and other stuff. Make sure you have 20 days to do that. And yeah, so in this description, we just need you to run this program 4 times 4 days. So in 4 days, so means 4 days you can finish the project. And I think you just need 2 days to finish the report. So if some student try to run twice in 1 day, you won't update anything on your MongoDB. This means, so you already update 2,500 documents records in dataset, and you run the script. But this script can do anything because it's you already got the limitation on the Google request. So just read this document carefully, and I think 1 week you will finish the project. Does anyone have questions about it? Can we use Google Directory key to pull? Oh, is the project already titled? I think so. Okay, so for this project, each image has the IP address. So this Java program uses that IP address to access the Google API service. So it means the key is your IP address. So it means you have to run 4 times in 4 days. You cannot use. I'm not sure you can use Google Diverse API key to pull all the data in 1 day. So you can try that. So that's your. So it means if you can finish that, it means that's your solution to do this project. It's another solution to this project, and you can write this solution in your report. I think that's a good point for your project. So yeah, I think that's what I want to say for this discussion. So if you have any questions, go to the tutorials and go to training work. So you can get it. Yeah, you got the point. So yeah, I should not tell this thing, but you got the point. So yes, you will got a new IP address. Then every time you use new IP address to access the Google service, so it means you have another chance to update the information. But I don't want you to do that. We have 200 students in our class. It means if 200 students, you run the program in 1 day, I'm not sure what will happen. Maybe when you stop an instance, then another student use the same IP address to update his information. But this IP address is already used in your account. So it means that student cannot update anything. So we don't want students to run this project in 1 day. We just want you to run this project in 4 days. Yeah. Yes, okay. So just run the project in 4 days, not in 1 day. Because there are 200 students in our class. I'm not sure what will happen. I didn't test this situation. Maybe student will use the same IP address. Then we will have an issue. Then I will got a lot of emails about why we cannot run it. I don't want to leave my instance running between. So Yes. So I think that's impossible because every day the server will reset his history. So if you use the same IP address, you can still run it in next day. Yeah. So don't worry about the IP address allocation. Yeah. So if we have this issue about the 20 students that accesses the same amount of IP address, we will extend the project due date. So we have make sure everyone has a chance to update it. So yes, that's the only solution to solve this issue. Well, that's a big class. I don't know what will happen. So we are trying to solve all issues and make sure our student can finish the project. So don't worry about that. If you have any issues about the updating work, like the IP address is already used, just let us know. Email us and we can find a way to solve this problem. So does anyone have questions? So because the time is over, so I have to start another discussion. Drop the, okay, hold on. So for the reflection, you can still keep working on that. Yeah, we will. So we can find your name there. Just if you want to keep working, it's okay. We will get the we will get the record there. So if you have any questions, I have a Zoom meeting tomorrow. So Zoom office hour. So you can go to this Zoom office hour or email, or you can post a question on Piazza so we can help you. Yes, I record this session and I will post it into the edX. So my Zoom office hour should be the 1 to 2 tomorrow. Yeah. So you can go to the edX office hour. You can find my office hour information. So if you still don't have time, you can post your question on Piazza, and I will start working on that. Okay, got it. Okay, thank you, everyone. So I have to stop here and then restart another discussion. Thank you. Bye, everyone.